Self all the time in the face of, like, you know, you make a record and you become sort of like a household name in so many ways.
Paul Rodgers is a British musician, vocalist, and composer. He was the lead singer for a number of bands, including Free, Bad Company, The Firm, and The Law. In addition to performing as a solo artist, he's cooperated with the remaining active members of Queen under the name Queen plus Paul Rodgers. He was voted number 55 on Rolling Stone magazine's list of the 100 greatest singers of all time. In 2011, Rodgers earned the Ivor Novello Award for Outstanding Contribution to British Music from the British Academy. Several prominent rock vocalists have mentioned Rodgers as a big influence. John Mellencamp referred to Rodgers as the greatest rock singer ever in 1991, particularly Freddie Mercury admired Rodgers' forceful style.
Away from the Delta and Mississippi and all of that thing, and there I am listening to Howlin' Wolf go, you know, I have had my fun.
If you enjoy these videos, please remember to hit the like button, as it does help us out a lot. And comment below who your favorite celebrity is that you'd love to see in an upcoming video. His full name is Paul Bernard Rodgers, but is also known as Roger. He was born December 17, 1949 in Middlesbrough, Yorkshire, England, making him 73 at the time of this production. He stands at 5 feet 9 inches tall. His hobbies include outdoor sports like hiking, snowboarding, and rock climbing, but he also enjoys playing the piano. His favorite movie is Dumb and Dumber, and his favorite animals are dogs and cats. However, Paul Rodgers' main interest is to focus on his fitness and diet, and it can be stated that he's a fitness freak. Besides, he's been actively involved in charitable works. He's worked with the organizations to raise awareness of the education crisis for children in Ukraine and other countries. In addition, John Mellencamp has described Paul Rodgers as the best rock singer ever. He was ranked number 55 on Rolling Stone's 100 Greatest Singers of All Time and number 9 on Hit Parader's list of the greatest heavy metal singers of all time. Rodgers was honored with the British Academy's Ivor Novello Award for Outstanding Contribution to British Music in 2011. Besides, he and his wife Cynthia are enthralled with local philanthropy, hummingbirds. Moreover, Rodgers and his wife are active with the horse and animal rescue organization in England, but he remarked the philanthropy in the Coachella Valley is incredible for them. Paul Rodgers wed Michiko Shimizu in 1971, and the couple had 2 children, Steve and Jasmine. In the 1990s, the 2 children also created the band Boa as musicians and vocalists. Paul Rodgers has an additional child from a prior relationship who resides in Middlesbrough, England, his hometown. In 1996, Rodgers and Shimizu divorced. In the Canadian Okanagan Valley on September 26, 2007, Rodgers wed a former model and Miss Canada, a sports scientist, and an artist named Cynthia Carolyn. On October 21, 2011, Rodgers became a Canadian citizen and currently resides in Surrey, British Columbia. Currently, he and his wife are supporting themselves jointly.
In that voice and in the story of what this guy is saying to me, that's what hit me, that's what struck me, and that's what I followed that.
Paul Bernard Rodgers was born in England's Middlesbrough. He was the bassist for the band The Roadrunners. Colin Bradley was the original lead vocalist, but he persuaded Paul Rodgers to sing and front the band because he was more interested in playing rhythm guitar, and his older brother Joe, who managed the band, agreed. The band changed its name to the Wildflowers just before leaving Middlesbrough for the London music scene. Mickey Moody, later with Whitesnake, and Bruce Thomas were also members of this group, later of Elvis Costello and the Attractions. Rodgers received an honorary doctorate from the University of Teesside in 2010. He also holds a second-degree black belt in martial arts. In 1968, Rodgers joined the bluesy rock band Free as a singer and composer. In 1970, they soared to the top of the international radio charts with All Right Now, which Rodgers co-wrote with Andy Fraser, the group's bassist. It was a #1 song in over 20 countries and was recognized by ASCAP in 1990 for receiving over 1 million radio plays in the United States. Free and Led Zeppelin were among the highest-grossing British artists for a brief period. though Free's reputation was not sustained. 4 of Free's albums, which combined blues, ballads, and rock, reached the top 5 in the UK. In 2000, when All Right Now reached 2 million radio plays in the United Kingdom, Rodgers received an award as one of the song's 2 writers. In the spring of 1971, following the initial dissolution of Free, Rodgers briefly created the 3-piece band Peas. Rodgers played guitar and provides lead vocals alongside bassist Stuart McDonald and drummer Mick Underwood. Peas backed Mott the Hoople's tour of the United Kingdom in 1971, but disbanded when Free regrouped at the beginning of 1972. Rodgers started his next band, Bad Company, with Mott the Hoople guitarist Mick Ralphs, Rodgers' bandmate from Free, drummer Simon Kirke, and Boz Burrell, former vocalist and bassist of King Crimson, were also included in the lineup. The first act signed to Led Zeppelin's new record label, Swan Song, was Bad Company. They toured from 1973 to 1982 and had a number of successes, including Feel Like Making Love, Can't Get Enough, Shooting Star, Bad Company, and Run with the Wolves. Bad Company earned 6 platinum records before Rodgers departed the band in 1982 to spend time with his young family. In 2000, Rodgers focused on his solo career and released his 6th solo album, Electric. The single, Drifters, debuted at number 1 on the most added FMQB Hot Tracks chart, number 2 on the most added R&R Rock chart, and number 3 on the most added album Net Power Cuts chart. Drifters lasted into the top 10 on Billboard's rock charts for 8 weeks. That year, he performed before sold-out crowds in England, Scotland, the United States, Australia, and Canada.
Good show, get the money, and get home safe. And I don't know, that sense of professionalism was instilled in me.
Throughout his career, the English-Canadian singer-songwriter has earned an enormous amount of money. The album The Cosmos Rocks with Queen plus Paul Rodgers, certified silver by BPI, earned an estimated $60,000 in 2008. In 2002, it was estimated that the live album Live in Albuquerque 1976 by the English hard rock ensemble Bad Company, RIAA certified gold on DVD, earned $100,000. In 1990, Holy Water, an album by the English hard rock supergroup Bad Company, was certified platinum by the Recording Industry Association of America and gold by Music Canada. Similarly, anticipated earnings from the album Dangerous Age with the English rock ensemble Bad Company, RIAA certified gold, were $500,000 in 1988, $2.1 million in 1985, $2 million in 1979, $500,000 in 1977, $3.1 million in 1976, $3.15 million in 1976, and $5.1 million in 1974. Currently, he's enjoying a wealthy lifestyle. Rodgers' net worth is estimated to be $14 million. Paul Rodgers' residence is a gorgeous 2-bedroom penthouse perched atop a historic neo-Georgian townhouse. The 2-bedroom Upper West Side property was purchased for $2.5 million by the British musician. Inside the house is a study in subtle beauty, as one might expect from a legendary musician. Gramercy Design methodically renovated his home to make the most of every square inch, reproduce original and period moldings, and seamlessly combine modern comforts. The whitewood floors are laid in a classic herringbone pattern, and all the windows are new in-swing French casements. Cars you'll find in Rodgers' garage include a G-Wagon, a Volvo XC70, an Audi R8 Spider, an Audi A5, a Porsche Carrera S convertible, and an Audi R6.